What's up, everyone? It's your boo.
It's your boo. From the Blue Collar Show.
You have to leave that in.
It's your boo.
I guess that's okay. Anyway.
Oops.
We'll go back to that one. I know that one. Anyway, here's take 2. What's up, everyone? It's your host, Jonah. Welcome back to the Blue Collar Enlightenment Show. And if you're new, thanks for tuning in. Smash that follow button so you don't miss any new episodes.
Hey, everybody. It's your co-host, T. Today's guest is our friend, Abigail. She is the host of the Manic Pixie Weirdo Podcast, voice actress, and all-around curious person.
What's up, Abigail? Thanks for coming on the podcast. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
Oh, where is it?
T's over there in days. She just started a new job.
I am. I'm so out of it.
Anyway, Abigail, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Abigail. I'm the host of the Manic Pixie Weirdo Podcast, where we talk about all the different kinds of relationships that you can have in your life. From like math to Marvel to mental health to casinos to like pretty much anything that you can think of. That's sort of what we talk about on my show. You can always follow me on Twitter. That's the place I'm most active, at MP Weirdo Podcast, or the Twitter and the TikTok and the Instagram are the _main_weirdo1.
We like a good weirdo.
How long has your podcast been going on?
Just over a year or so. So it was a year in April. So whatever that math is.
A little over a year.
Yeah.
Well, it's August.
Right. So
It's
May,
August.
June, July, August. So like a year and 4 months, 5 months, give or take.
It's almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
So do you still remember the feeling when you first let it out there?
Oh yeah.
First episode.
Yeah. Terror, utter terror. And then the feeling of like, what am I doing? Like I'm an idiot. Absolutely. and then relief. And then just kind of acceptance of like, well, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be.
No regrets.
Yep.
Okay, it only fits because you're wearing the perfect shirt right now for that thing.
Well, people can't see that. Luckily, it's all in the audio. It's hot. I'm trying to stay cool.
Yeah, with his redneck.
Blue Collar Enlightenment Show we expect.
Oh, golly.
Did you go back and forth thinking, all right, I'm going to do this, and then, no, don't. Yes, I am. No, I'm not.
Oddly enough, not until after the first episode was published. Before that, complete and utter arrogance on my part. Like, no doubt on my part, arrogance. But yeah, after that first episode, a lot of anxiety.
Because you worry about how people will perceive you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like, okay, until it was out there to the world. And then you're like, oh, what if I said something so stupid?
Oh, yeah.
Jonah likes to make me look stupid in these. So
I'll stop it.
because I will mess up and he'll leave it in there. So.
No, I get it. I don't edit my show. So it's all out there for everybody to hear. If I mess up, like, it's in there. Yep, it is what it is.
Babe, you got to remember, I've been doing this a little bit longer than you, and so I've had to practice. On top of that, I'm always live.
Yeah, you're always talking to somebody.
Yeah, I'm always on live Twitter.
I don't get it. I can't be like on the internet like that. It just, I'm not comfortable enough. I guess I'm not out of my shell enough to be that social with strangers.
I was that same way, but as soon as you kind of just get out there and you find out that it's okay to be yourself, then you get comfortable doing it. Am I right, Abigail? Because you're
Yeah.
right there with me. You're always on.
Oh yeah, I'm always on. It took me forever to do it though. Like and I still struggle with it. Like I really do. I struggle with doing it like all the time. And I just kind of have to hold my breath and like do it. Just jump. Just do it kind of a thing.
Yeah, I'm afraid that I'll either say something or someone will say something to me, and I don't know. I'm just very socially awkward.
Oh, me too. Me too.
So, and now that I'm getting social interaction every day, I think my social my social thing is kind of overflowing. Like I'm not prepared to talk to anybody because I've been so socialized lately that I just want to like cocoon in. But I gotta push myself to be stronger than my once.
Hell no, I'm a butterfly. I'll talk to anybody.
That ain't no laugh.
And if you want to see me and T bicker like the married couple we are, jump in that space.
Oh yeah, I will get in there and I will pick on him the whole time. And they love it. They're all laughing. Like the only time I get in there is just to pick on Jonah, I think. Or when they're talking about me and how I'm never in there. Or like I'm never talking. I'll sit in there and I'll listen into their conversations. And they'll be like, oh, well, there's T at the bottom without her mic on. And then I'll just jump in just to pick on Jonah.
Yep, she does it. Anyway,
I can imagine.
So how many episodes do you have published?
Oh my goodness gracious. Off the top of my head, no, but I can pull it up. Just give me a second. 131.
Dang, girl.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot, but I do weekly. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot.
But you don't do a podcast like us where you interview people.
Yes, you do.
Oh, do you really? And you record weekly?
But I cheat. I cheated because I do have so my first episode about a topic. So we will talk about the same topic for 2 weeks. And the first episode is me talking about my relationship with whatever the topic is. And then the next week is me interviewing somebody about that exact same topic, about what their relationship with that topic is. So I cheat it. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's cheating because you kind of get the social aspect of it.
That, and you're getting a different perspective from your own.
That's the goal anyway.
Yeah, I've been slacking on the whole podcast listening lately. I really have.
Oh, girl, me too.
To something, and I just haven't had time nor the brain capacity to handle that right now.
There's this new podcast that you might like as well, Abigail. Y'all would like it just for his voice. But Ramblings of a Relevant Alien.
Ooh, let me write that down.
It is a really good podcast.
I think I've seen his Twitter.
Yeah. Back to your podcast. What's your favorite episode that you've recorded?
My favorite episode that I've recorded, probably any of the philosophy ones. So like reality or purpose or something like that. But I think, yeah, the philosophy ones. Final answer.
So what's your thoughts on philosophy?
My thoughts on philosophy. I love philosophy. It makes me really happy. I love physics. I love philosophy and physics, and I love where the two meet in metaphysics, and I think it's just like super cool. I'm such a nerd. I know. It's fine. You can judge me.
Yeah, you were talking to me. Well, we were talking earlier, and you were trying to get a scientist on to see where metaphysics and science interlink. Is that right?
Yeah. There's there's a whole branch of science. It's called noetic science. It was actually developed by, I believe it was the 5th and the 6th astronaut to ever go to the moon. And it's called the Institute of Noetic Science. And it basically is like where those two ideas meet of like physics and philosophy, and being able to explain like the world using metaphysics and like quantum mechanics, and like where they intertwine. They've done things, they've done like a lot of different like experiments. I mean, I don't have anything off the top of my head, but like, yeah, it's just really cool. Just like check it out. It's really interesting.
That's going to be an interesting episode. I can't wait to check that one out. I'm kind of searching that same route of just trying to get into the 101s of learning science, really back to, just the basics before I dive into the depths of the beast.
Yeah. There's a great book that I recommend like everybody read, especially if you didn't like math class as a kid. It's called Burn Math Class. And he basically like talks about how like he flips everything on its head, and he starts from like mathematical theory, and then like brings it into like the geometry and stuff. I definitely recommend everybody read it. It's really cool.
Sounds interesting. I love math. Like, that's all I do all day anyways. Fractions to decimals, back to fractions, measurements, all kinds of crap. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to check that one out too. You also said Great Equation. Is that what you said?
Yeah, The Great Equations by Robert P. Crease. Yeah.
I'll be checking that one out as well.
I hate math.
There's a whole new world I'm getting opened up to.
I know. You're like getting all into this learning stuff, and I'm like, I graduated 10 years ago.
You can't say that because you're now a librarian. You have to be knowledgeable.
I know. And I had to tell that I interviewed, and I had to tell her, I was like, I really didn't like reading in school. Like, this is my former English teacher. And I said, I don't think I read one book in high school. She was just like, I could see that. I was like, yeah, I just never was really into it, but I am loving it. I love being in a library. I was surprised how much I would like it.
Yay.
But I didn't like it so far.
That's really good though.
That's good.
So I'm really hoping I get into books. Just being around so many people, and so many people being excited to be around books.
I can recommend a bunches. Yeah.
You know how much little kids love books?
Yes.
Like, it just amazed me how many times today that I got asked when the library was going to open by just little kids passing the hallway. And I was just like, wow. Like, just the love that they have for them. It's pretty amazing.
Yay. That makes me really happy because I love books and they make me super happy. So that makes me happy that like little kids, that there's still hope out there for like little kids to like be able to want to read and stuff like that.
Oh, and girl, there is. And it's just, like I said, it's just amazing. Even like first graders being like, well, when does the library open? When do we get to come pick out books? Like, I'm so excited to make kids excited about books. And I was never excited about books, you know what I mean? So it's a pretty big transition for me. And I love it.
Oh, yay.
Embarking on something new?
Yes.
So how structured do you try to run your show?
Ooh, depends on the subject. It really varies on the subject. Sometimes I just kind of like to see where the free-flowing conversation will take us, and sort of the stream of consciousness sort of thing. Other times I really need to have like my notes and stuff kind of like laid out, especially when I do like a philosophy episode or something like that. Like, I really want to make sure I have everything like in order in the way that like, because I'm trying to explain things and like all sorts of that kind of stuff. So yeah, it just kind of varies from episode to episode.
Speaking of episodes, what has been the most difficult episode to prepare for?
The most difficult episode to prepare for. Yeah, I'm going to say the vulnerability one. I don't know. It was weird at first to try and talk about being vulnerable. And while also trying to like regulate my emotions and like be trying to figure out where that balance of like vulnerability was while talking about what vulnerability was and like boundaries and things of that nature. So I had to really sort of tread carefully for that one.
Yeah, and I think as humans, it's hard to explain a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
vulnerability is a feeling, and that's kind of, I mean, at least to me, that's hard for me to explain is my feelings.
I don't necessarily think that explaining your feelings is hard, but a lot of people view feelings or vulnerability as weakness when it's not. And that's why it's so hard to talk about.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true because weakness, you could have a weakness in anything, really.
Yeah. Just a lot of, especially men, think that feeling anything is a weakness, and it shouldn't be that way.
Well, I mean, if you look at trying to explain a feeling, you just say a word and you automatically pair that word with that feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I can explain to you exactly how I feel.
Two different wavelengths going there.
It is, but it's true. We just view it completely differently.
Man and woman. I guess you're right.
When you say that vulnerability, you just see it as a weakness. Because then you're letting people into places that you wouldn't let people in. Like, I'm making myself vulnerable to you to talk about my depression. That makes me vulnerable to you because then you know something that's deep within me.
It requires a lot of trust.
Yeah.
And a lot of communication. And it requires a sense of safety and security in order to feel like you are capable of expressing what you need to express in the manner in which you need to express it. And that takes a great amount of strength, I think. But to be vulnerable is to have an act of courage.
Okay.
To a certain extent.
All right.
See, it should be a courageous thing to do, but people view it as a weakness.
No, I mean, the only way that you make a weakness a strength is to work it out.
I mean, and the environment you're in helps.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
It's just kind of like this microphone I have right in front of me. At first, I thought, I was pretty weak at this, but, now I've grown to, I'm pretty comfortable just sitting here and just talking.
He likes to hear his own voice.
No, I go through and I pick myself apart. Okay, I'm sorry that I am.
I do that as well.
Yeah. See, she gets it. There's this thing in your head. It's just like if you don't listen to it, I have to be the first to listen to it through the radio. And so as soon as it's downloaded and scheduled to drop, the next morning it's playing on the way to work. And the whole time I am into that episode nitpicking myself.
See, that's the complete opposite of me. Like, I wouldn't be brave enough to actually put it out there if I listened to it before it dropped. Does that make sense? Like, I wouldn't be comfortable enough. That's why I don't listen to half of the stuff we put out. It's because I know I'm going to be like, you got it.
See, and that's why I listen to it after. That's why I listen to it after it drops, because then it's done. I can't do anything about it. It's out there. Like, this is just, it is what it is.
You catch it and you're like, fuck, I know next time.
Yep.
And then you eat on that all day.
Well, the thing is like I get real comfortable with the people that I'm talking to in the moment, and I don't take into consideration that other people will be listening into what I'm saying. So some of the stuff that I say isn't necessarily something I want out into the internet, but I want to say it because I'm an oversharer.
Sooner or later, it's going to come out. We're going to be talking for a long time.
I know. You talk too much already, but
Y'all blew my mind. I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting over here thinking I got it all figured out. Like, you can't explain. It's hard. I mean, just for me. I guess speaking for myself. It's hard for me to explain how I feel and put it into words. So I kind of pair easier words to explain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just a different translation, I think.
yeah.
You're talking about the same thing. It's just a different translation.
Yeah. And plus, it's a different way you were raised because I was raised with a very open mommy. Like, we talked about every little feeling that we ever had. So I'm very open and in touch with my feelings because my mom made me that way. Like, she wasn't afraid to tell me how she felt. So I wasn't afraid to speak on how I felt. I also went to therapy. So that did a little bit there too, because it helped me kind of understand who I am as a person more and how I feel and how I can control those feelings.
Did you just dab?
I was just about to say that. Did you just dab? Oh my goodness.
I thought, is that a dab?
We just invented a thing. We just invented a thing, people. The diva dab.
That was not
Oh
a
my
dab.
God.
That wasn't a dab. Like,
That was like,
Oh my gosh.
shit.
I'm
I got my purse on my elbow.
I don't even use a purse.
That's what it looked like. It's like the lady holds the purse right here and then tries to dab.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
I can't see my purse.
I apologize.
Oh my
My
gosh.
my young blood is coming through.
Next thing you know, you're going to start hearing YOLO.
You know what? I realized I'm so freaking old.
Girl, same.
That means Jonah's ancient. She shook her head yes. She's agreeing with me.
She's being incognito about it now, too. Look at her.
She's like, I better not even.
Oh, shit.
How's it feel, Jonah?
What?
All your friends love me more.
They feel bad for me. That's why they come around.
Yeah,
They're
I
like,
bet.
this poor man.
This poor man married the best woman in the whole wide world. Yeah, to my own horn.
Nobody else is going to do it. You got to do it.
That's right. I won't do my little motion.
Toot toot.
It's funny how she chimes in. I ain't heard her in like 5 minutes.
It's because your big mouth keeps going. I love you.
I love you too. All right. I don't even know where the fuck we were at.
I have no idea.
It's a good episode. I told you. I'm telling you, I ain't editing the shit out of that.
Yeah, you are.
No, that's gold. The people are going to be freaking crashing their cars.
Laughing?
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
You think we should just record us bickering one day?
Yes. As bonus content, for sure.
Visit our Patreon.
Exactly. Do it. Do it.
Oh, shit.
He's always trying to get me and my best friend to make our own podcast. And then we were like talking one day. And he's like, there would literally be an hour of you guys just laughing at each other, not even talking.
Yeah, you couldn't edit that shit. There's no editing out laughter because it would sound robotic.
I normally do. I'm a robot.
Yes, I am. For sure I am. I've made peace with this.
Yes.
Oh, are you Sheldon? Are you a Sheldon?
Probably. It's okay. I've made peace with it.
Whatever.
Is what it is.
Why are you poking me?
I just wanted to touch your face.
Damn, it's about cigarette break time.
We have such a beautiful relationship.
We did.
I agree.
And this is like literally us right here.
Aw.
There's
I love
no like buffer. I don't think at all.
Yeah, I got thick skin.
Not from me, buddy. You were already mean before I met you.
Right? So is mine.
It's so mean.
I don't know why she thinks I'm mean. I'm not mean. I'm like sweetheart.
I told you something. I would literally have to tell him to freaking stop for being so mean to people.
Hey, Jonah, have you taken?
Asshole.
Have either one of you taken those like personality tests, like the 16 personalities or the Kiersky test? Oh my gosh, you got to do it.
What is it?
You got to check it out. So there's the Kiersey test, Keirsey, and then there's a test called the 16 personalities, and it like tells you which personality you are. It's really interesting.
What personality are you?
Hold on. I got something different. It's not 100% accurate because I got like different things like at different times.
Schizophrenia.
Multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, it's called DID now, I think. But the first one, the very first time I took it, I got the mediator.
I don't think I'd be ready to see.
His would literally say, asshole.
It might not, but it might not.
See, it might not. I'm just the dude that tells you how the truth.
He says, I'm just being truthful. I'm like, you could say the truth without being a dick.
Okay, these are the rules, Jonah. Is it helpful? Is it hurtful? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it honest? So those are the requirements. Okay.
It is the fuck not.
It is It is all five. No. No.
He used to, my best friend, he used to go, you're such a whore. Why are you such a whore?
Do not.
Is that nice? That. Absolutely fucking not. Is that helpful? Absolutely not.
Say that.
You literally would say that.
No.
Do I need to say the name because you know exactly what I'm talking about?
I would insinuate, never say it.
He said it. He said the word.
No.
I'm gonna pinch you.
I would insinuate it. I would always say, "What guy you got this week?" That's insinuating.
That's stirring the pot. That's stirring the pot, man.
Yo, if you knew the chick, it was like every 3 days. You know it's true.
You're literally on one right now about this situation where you're saying that you didn't do that to her when you did.
I said I insinuated.
Because even when she got pregnant, you're like, who's the baby daddy?
Okay.
Who is it this week?
She didn't even know.
Who is it this week?
She didn't even know.
I'm just saying there's a nicer way to be honest without being a dick.
Okay. It's all five. Some people, you got to be a little more blunt to than others. Okay. I can tell that. And she was one of those people.
You're so mean. I love you. But I also married your meanness, so.
See, and that's where I get worried because I'm like, what does this say about me?
I mean, you ain't wrong. But I think, maybe it makes me look so good that I'm trying to train him.
Look, here's the difference. I say it to you. Okay. I will tell you. I won't just do it behind your back. I will tell you.
And
see, and I have respect for that.
absolutely fine.
I have respect for that.
I would rather tell you. And I've come a long damn way since I was 21 years freaking old. Okay.
That was a long way.
Fuck off. When I was a dickhead, yes.
Jonah, babe, you were 27 when I got with you, and you were a dick then.
I was the same at 21 as 27, and I've come a long way since then, I guess.
Because of me.
I guess so.
That training's coming in handy. So, Abigail, what's the future of the Manic Pixie Weirdo?
Right now, we are talking about polyamorous relationships. And then coming up, we're going to be talking about my relationship and our relationship with our favorite genres of music. We've got like horror coming up, like my relationship with horror films. Yeah, we've got a lot coming up.
I'm not going to lie.
You thought she said whore, didn't you?
I thought you said hoarder.
Oh.
Oh, hoarder. No, horror. Sorry. English is hard.
Oh.
See where her mind is.
What we were just talking about.
I thought she said hoarder.
Hoarders. That's a good show, though.
Yeah, I heard my relationship as a hoarder. I was like, she's a hoarder? Yeah, obviously you're not a hoarder. Okay. Anyway.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah,
Only
you don't
seen a
know that.
small
I was going to
background.
say, you don't know that. I've got lots of books. So an argument
Are you
might
a
be able
book
to be
hoarder?
made. Yeah, probably.
They
An
say
argument could
that
be made.
is a fire danger or a fire hazard.
I will burn with my books, I guess. It's okay. You die of smoke inhalation first. So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You pass out.
Yeah.
And then you just go from there.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
We've gone down a lot of freaking different roads tonight. Anyway, so we're talking about philosophy and all that stuff. So another thing that you do other than podcasting is voice acting. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I got into voice acting a couple of years ago. And yeah, by a couple, I do mean like 2 or 3 years ago. It was not that long ago. And I started on Fiverr and on ACX. So that's where, so basically I got jobs freelancing, and then I read books. I read books out loud for like Audible and stuff like that.
How hard is that to do that? What?
It's really not hard to like sign up and stuff. The hardest part is sort of pacing yourself through a book and making sure that you really have a good structure of pacing, and like you really got it planned out. The hard part is actually reading the book, just for like, it depends on the length and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not hard to like sign up.
So do you have to do all the editing and everything, or do you send it off and? Ooh, so how long does it take to do like a whole book?
So for like 1 hour so you usually double it. For every 1 hour it takes to record, you double the amount of time it takes to edit it. So if a book is 16 hours long, then it takes you twice as long to edit that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
It's like a full-time job.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Oh yeah, I have to like take breaks and stuff because I can only listen to the sound of my own voice for so long before everything starts to just kind of like muddle itself together and I like can't take it anymore. So that's why I said you have to really like pace yourself and really like, especially when you're doing a long book, and you have to make sure you take really good care of your voice because like if you can't just read like 5 hours in one day, that there's no way that you could do that. Like it would strain your voice so much you wouldn't be able to talk.
Yeah, Timothy McKeer, that guy.
Yeah, he wrote a book and then he did his own reading of it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I would mess up and I'd just leave it in there because I had read that so many times before. He's like,
Yeah.
I just got tired of going back and rereading things.
Yeah, he said he would do it in like 30, I think it was 30-second intervals.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
then edit it
gosh.
all together.
Oh my gosh, that would take forever. I can't imagine doing a book like that. I did have to do like a short sort of, so for one of the books that I read, I had to say it's a Welsh city or a Welsh town, and it's a really 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 long name, and like it's so long that I had to like take a full take of that one word and say it correctly in one way, and then in like one take, and then edit that in. But yeah. What's the name of that town? I'll see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. So I'm not going to be able to say it again, but I'll put it in the chat. That's the name of the town.
Oh, hell to the fucking no. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You did not.
I said.
I did. Yeah, I did. That's the name of the town. Is that the whole?
We all take one crack at it.
You have to like sing it. So like that's the best way that I can like tell you how to say the word is you have to like sing it. It's very like lyrical in the way that you say it. But yeah.
There's no real.
I don't think that's the full word. That's not the full word. Hold on. This is the full word.
Oh my God.
That's not the full word. No, this is the full word. Sorry.
Oh my
Holy crap.
Is it end with
Gooch?
It's not, because it's not two O's.
Gooch? Go?
It's Welsh. Yeah. It's really, really long, and but it's very lyrical. Yeah.
There ain't no way.
Okay.
Try it. I dare you.
Be here all night. Holy crap, that's horrible.
That's a long.
Yeah.
And it's just like a whole bunch of letters jumbled together that don't really make sense.
So did you have to like look up how they said it and try to mimic it?
Mm-hmm. I looked up how to pronounce it and I listened to it on repeat like 150 times or something like that. I just listened to it on repeat over and over and over again for like 2 days. And it's very lyrical in the way, because it's like and like it's very lyrical in the way that you say it, and if you can match the rhythm of the way that they say it in the video, then it's much easier to say. It's very musical.
That's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail of the YouTube.
Well, I mean, I bet it sounds beautiful when it's said, but ain't no way.
That's like a full out
sentence for one word.
It's the name of a town in Wales.
Like, could you imagine going into this town? You know how they always have like pretty signs that say "Welcome to."
They got it written on the high rise.
It just looks like a whole bunch of jumbled.
They got a big ass banner coming down a 10-story building. Welcome to.
Yeah. Holy moly, that's a long one. I don't know.
Daggone.
Yeah.
Wow. And you can do different accents, right?
Yeah, I can do a very posh British accent. Incredibly posh. Much more like the BBC. Something that you'd hear on the BBC. And then I can do Australian, which is wider in the mouth. It's a lot wider. It's like the southern version of British English. But it's forward and wider in the mouth. So, and then I can do like a southern accent, get real Southern Belle with it if I need to. But yeah, I can do various and sundry ones.
Do redneck.
I can't really do redneck very well. It'll just sort of come out like thick, It'll be real subtle. But I can do like, yeah.
I know how to do it. You just got slow like this.
You gotta slow it down.
It's real slow.
It's kind of like that boom hard down there, Like I know how to vary the country accent, and I can get rid of it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
You have a country accent?
Apparently.
I did not realize that we had accents at all until they were talking about on the other day.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it. But I mean, I think we all have a little bit of one.
You have a sexy voice.
Who are you talking to?
I was talking to you. But...
Oh, I was about to say, are you hitting on Abigail?
You too, Abigail. You too, girl. You go get it.
I was about to say, you weirdo.
I'm not allowed to hit on people on our show.
Boo.
So having that versatility with your voice, does it help you get picked up more for the gigs?
Yeah, I think so. I think it does. The thing about voice acting though is that you kind of have to like make sure that you stay updated with like all of your stuff, because your voice can change so much just over the course of time. So if anybody wants to do it, I would recommend making sure that you change your stuff like at least every 6 months. So you have to do like new demos and stuff like that, just to showcase your voice. And you really want to make sure that you showcase your voice in all the ranges that it has. So if you can make like really cool sounds, if you can do any sort of like beatboxing or any sort of like weird shapes with your mouth or things like just to showcase your talent and like where you can go with it, and the versatility of the voice. So yeah, that's what I recommend.
How much practice did it take for you just to pick up those 3 accents?
Quite a lot,
sure
actually.
The one you probably had practiced your whole life living down south, right?
Yeah. Yeah. To a certain extent, but my mom's parents are from back east, and my dad's parents are like Yankees. So it was, I mean, they lived in Tennessee, but whatever. And they didn't really have accents. They had that more Midwestern like style accent. So sort of, but not really.
What about the other 2?
The other 2 accents, it took me a while. I watched a lot of movies and a lot of like YouTube videos and stuff to like try and perfect like the shit, because like how it's shaped in the mouth. And I'm still not perfect at it. Like by no means am I like perfect at it, but I'm getting better at like shaping things and placing things in the mouth where they're supposed to be, and really getting like soft letters and like hard letters and in places that they need to be. So I mean, it just takes a lot of like time, and if you're teaching yourself, like it takes even more time.
How strenuous is that on your voice to change it up like that?
Oh, it can be very strenuous. You can't do it. Like, you have to make sure that if you can do an accent, that you can sustain it. Like, if you can't sustain it over the course of like a long period of time, and I mean like hours and hours and hours and hours of talking, then don't put it like on your resume or don't showcase it, because it's something that like you really have to be able to sustain, and it can be very taxing.
So what do you do to recover your voice? Do you just like not talk? Do you gargle salt water, lemons? What do you do?
Oh, all the things: salt water, lemon salves, hot tea, nothing with caffeine, no dairy products before recording. Hot salt water is best to gargle with, because it'll really break up the mucus. Warm up your voice before you start. There's a whole like set of things.
So is there we have the community within Twitter of us podcasters. Is there a community of voice actors?
Not that I have found, but I'm still looking. So if anybody's out there, I'm here on a lifeboat by myself. Come find me.
Why don't you start one? Be
the change in the world you wish to see, kind of a thing. Fine. Yeah, I should probably do that. Get on that. I do have so many spaces anyway. I might as well.
Oh man, I was in Pixie Space earlier today, and she goes, "How do you get over that slump?" And I was like, "Man, you just got to get up, look yourself in the eye when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and tell yourself you piss excellence, and just strive towards it."
Yeah. I'm definitely a big proponent of fake it till you make it kind of a situation.
I mean, who else is going to really motivate you except yourself?
This is
Self-motivation is the best motivation.
It's got to be, right?
That's the only way you can get stuff done. I mean, you can only get so far getting pushed by others.
Yeah, this is true. At some point, you just got to do it yourself.
You read a lot of books, right? We already talked about you're a book hoarder. What is your favorite genre?
Oh, I really love, okay, it's not fair for me to pick one genre because it's not fair to the other genres. It's like having kids where you can't pick one, like you love all for different reasons. But I guess if I have to pick one, like that I would be on like a desert island with or something, fantasy fiction.
So she'd like our Heather.
Yeah, I actually did. I told you about Heather's book. That one is a good one.
Yeah, you did.
If it can keep the attention of me, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Especially for being like a romance type novel too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not all gushy.
But it's like sci-fi fantasy.
But it is good.
Oh, cool.
Is that sci-fi?
I don't know. Paranormal. Yeah.
Well, it's not paranormal.
No.
It's like werewolves.
She said paranormal.
Is it paranormal?
Yeah, she got offended.
Oh, when we said sci-fi?
Yeah.
Oh.
You got to be very, very meticulous on what genre you say around those authors because they'll get you.
Yeah, they will.
Oh, hell no. You just didn't see I'm paranormal.
But I don't know how that's registered as paranormal because it's witches and werewolves.
Yo, don't make me give it away for her.
We literally told her it was like Twilight.
Yeah.
The last time we talked.
Okay, so paranormal. They're going from human to
an entity.
Yes.
How was I supposed to know that? I didn't know that.
You're a paranormal geek.
I like ghost hunting and murder podcast and things about murder. I don't necessarily go out of my way to.
You telling me you don't like Bigfoot?
I don't believe in
Oh,
Bigfoot.
Lord have mercy.
Now you better cut that shit out of here because you be talking to a whole bunch of weird people, and I don't want the whole Bigfoot thing to become a thing.
Did you ever listen to cattle mutilations?
No, I didn't.
And we're worried about Bigfoot?
No, I meant like me not believing.
Me and Trevor talked about aliens sucking the blood out of cows.
Okay, yeah, but I don't believe in Bigfoot, and that could be a thing to Bigfoot believers.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Spent a lot of time in the woods. I've never seen one.
I don't know what there is and what there is not, but see this? You got me back into the talking, and now we're off on freaking nowhere land again.
Is it me?
It's you. You get my attention when I'm all zony back here doing my own thing.
I'm going to give it to her. Is it me or is it her going off on it?
I don't know. I think it's fine. It's all
She's
good.
just over there like, I don't give a fuck.
We just feed into each other's crap is what we do. It's true.
That's true. Anyway. Boy, that first day of work got you, didn't it?
This was my second day.
Second day.
And
Oh, look at her over there. She's like, this is boring as fuck.
And
now.
I subbed Monday. So I've been working 3 days. Bitch.
Okay, so do you have a book that you can read over and over and over again?
Yeah, I have. Well, okay. So this is going to show kind of like how big of a nerd I am. So I do a yearly reread of Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter.
Yeah, I do a yearly reread of Harry Potter. And I do a yearly reread of Lord of the Rings. And I do a yearly reread of C.S. Lewis. And I do a yearly reread of Patrick Rothfuss, the King Killer Chronicles. I'm a huge nerd. So
She likes to read.
You perked up when she said Lord of the Rings and
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I like both of those.
one of us. I have a Harry Potter tattoo.
I do. Jenna's not cool like me.
Okay,
though.
I'm about to tell you something. You might hate me after this. I've never watched either.
You've never what? You've never watched
Either of them.
Oh. What? Don't watch the Harry Potter movies. They're trash. It's fine. You can just listen to the books. Actually, don't give her any more money. I'll give you my stuff, and you can listen to it on my account. But I'm sorry, sir. You've never seen The Lord of the Rings?
Not once.
Oh.
Seen the trailers. You gotta remember, Abigail, I don't watch TV.
Okay.
I don't listen to the news. Okay. I keep up with listening to stuff from you guys.
Okay. Well, what if I gifted you like the books? Would you read them then? Is audio better?
She's got it.
No, I own the Lord of the Rings series.
Okay. So what's stopping you?
I have the
What
books
is the
and the
first
movies.
movie? What is the first movie like?
The Fellowship of the Ring. No. Well, I mean, if you have the extended edition, yeah, it's so great. You got to watch the extended edition.
She got like the whole box set.
Do you have the extended versions with the deleted scenes involved? Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, but That's like, okay, here's another one. I've never sat through the full movie of Star Wars.
Yeah, I can't. I Star Wars.
Okay, but like which one?
Any of them.
Any of
Okay.
them. Okay.
Let me specify. I did half of one. It
Okay.
was the original Star Wars, and that was it.
So like episode 4
Sure.
Yeah. 'cause
or Phantom Menace. Yeah.
The first one.
So like
Well,
Phantom
the first
Menace or the first one that came out. So A New Hope. Sorry, I'm such a nerd. Oh my gosh.
Yo, you're fucking weird. Star Wars, the one with the. I can't get past the intro because I start to read and I'm like, I started going.
Oh, just pause it.
I want to watch it, read it. Watch a movie, not read a novel.
Well, I mean, they have books.
Like I said, I don't know.
We're going to get there one day for you. That's okay. The new goal for all of us. Jonah needs to do something with the Lord of the Rings because that is unacceptable for her.
If I ever find time, I might.
Tell me to get off friggin' Twitter long enough.
Now she's going to be coming into the space. Jonah, get the fuck off of Twitter space.
Do it, dude. Do it.
What if we do a watch? What if we do a watch?
Yeah,
like a Jonah and like a mashup where we like watch and do video commentary for Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring.
I got YouTube already set up.
Okay, like we could do a joint thing between the Blue Collar Enlightenment show and the Manic Pixie Weirdo. We could watch the Lord of the Rings and we could do commentary on it, but we'd have to like raise money for something or something. Like if you get like to 100, like if you get to so many followers, then we're going to do this thing and we're going to watch the Fellowship of the Ring with Jonah, who's never seen it.
You're going to get the OG experience with Jonah from the Blue Collar Enlightenment show.
Yes.
Him falling asleep with popcorn falling out of his mouth. Ain't done walking yet?
Is that what you think I'm gonna read?
No, it's a harrowing story.
The only time I ever see them on these trailers, it's like they're walking down in the volcano and they're walking down some ledge. It's like, is there anything else in the storyline?
I love it. That's so awesome.
Harry Potter, I'm just like, yo, the dude's flying on a broom. His nuts probably hurt. Can do it.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a little weirdo.
So everybody, that's my thoughts on Lord of the Rings. All I know is they do a lot of fucking walking. For a damn ring.
Oh my gosh.
The ring.
It's about so much more.
We're going to find out, I guess, ain't we?
Mm-hmm. I'm about to pass out.
T's over here.
This is like the latest I've been up in a hot minute.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry.
No. That's not on you. This is on Jonah.
Oh.
Just kidding.
No, it's not.
I need a man. Yes, it is. I've been going to sleep at like 8:30.
Okay, so the book you'd take to the deserted island. We're just gonna stick with that game right now. Who is the author that you would take with you?
Who is the author that I would take with me? Ooh. If I wanted to be stuck on a desert island with somebody. Well, okay. Here's the thing. I know for a fact that Charles Darwin was like a total like hippie surfer, like, yeah, man, what's going on, man? Like, dude. And I think he would be like, if that's truly who he was, like, I'm totally down to hang with Charles Darwin on a desert island.
Interesting. Just because that's the way he talks.
If that's the way he talks, like that's the way that he acts, like as far as I'm aware, yeah, he was basically like, yeah. So I would like I just would I never imagined Darwin like that. And so I would find it hilarious. And then he's smart, so he'll help us get off the island. We can use turtles or something. Galapagos turtles.
I love it. We can use turtles.
And they'll paddle us back. We'll raise them from babies.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Abigail. What has been the most enlightening moment of your life so far?
The dark times. The super dark times. That's where I find the most enlightenment and the most peace. Because once you realize that like it doesn't really matter, then you can kind of like flip a switch, and it like I find a lot of enlightenment in the darkness. I think that's got a lot to do with the fact that I'm pretty negative brain like affiliated, but that's a topic for another time.
I relate.
Yeah, you learn a lot when you're down and out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't lie about that, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Remind everybody where they can find you on social media and your podcast.
Yeah, for sure. So you can find me on Twitter. That's where I'm the most active, at MP Weirdo Podcast, or the Instagram and the TikTok are the same, the _main_weirdo1. You can also email me at manicpixieweirdo@protonmail.com, and you can find my show anywhere where you can get podcasts. So Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Spreaker, anywhere where you get podcasts.
Yeah, everybody, make sure you go check her podcast out. I enjoy it. I'm a regular listener. You'll enjoy it too if you like to learn new things and have different perspectives on relationships, on the everyday things we deal with in life. So thank you, Abigail, for coming and joining us on the podcast. Always welcome back.
It's a good time.
Doors are always open for you.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Just type in the Blue Collar Enlightenment Show and at the BCE Show on Twitter. Give us a rate and review. Helps the podcast be found. Thanks for listening.
Bye.